I personally, when I enter into a relationship, would I trust someone? Well, it's all about me. I will start from the position of, I know where I'm coming from, but I always have that element of doubt.
Always? You never fully trust anyone?
I don't think the worst of them, but I'm out to protect myself.
Right, so you've always got an element of suspicion, or what?
Or do they have to earn your trust over years or something? Do they have to prove your trust?
But I just think if you never really fully trust somebody that you're in a relationship with, that's quite sad. And I
Well, isn't it a
understand
bit of an old-fashioned attitude that you meet someone and then you start a relationship with them and then you've kind of got a clean slate, you think they're absolutely fantastic
I
and there's
prefer
nothing...
that attitude than to literally fear everybody I meet and, like, hope... You know, everyone looks at somebody as if they're the worst. I always think in cases like this horrendous case that we're talking about, that's not common. That doesn't happen all the time. Most people are inherently kind.
Yeah, that's
extreme.
extreme.
You know...
Ah, no, but hang on. I mean, most people aren't going to try and kill you, yes, hopefully, but they may well cheat on you. They may well, you know, be leading a double life. You hear these stories where men have got double or even triple lives, other wives and families that they don't tell you anything about.
But do you have that in your head when you're going into a
I
relationship?
don't think I've got it in my head. Well, I have now, probably, a bit. Yeah.
Well, how would you sum up your relationship?
Well, I have no. I know now, at the grand old age of what I am, I know I am not a great judge of character when it comes to choosing men. I just as opposed to my mum, who chose the most wonderful men, had brilliant men all her life. I mean, she was married to my father for a very long time, and then after he died, she went on choosing gorgeous men who were kind and loving and put her first. For some reason, that instinct isn't in there in me.
Why do you blame yourself for that?
I choose rotters. So I've told all my friends and family that if I ever show interest in a man again, they're to lock me in my bedroom and not let me out.
No, you're going on a cruise next week. There'll be someone trapped on board with you.
But Anne, have you never had a good guy?
Nobody I'd recommend to anyone else, no. Aware of those who might be watching.
But why do you think that's your fault?
don't...
You sort of
Well,
blame
no,
yourself and say, I choose bad men, but actually they're just bad people, and
Yeah,
that's their problem,
But I
not
may
yours.
well be walking right past really nice ones and not sort of seeing them and being attracted for some reason to ones who aren't necessarily nice to me.
But I don't think you choose that. I think that's just what that has happened, and you could meet someone tomorrow who could be the perfect
Yeah,
guy.
I could, but
I think that
the danger therein.
I think that I meet somebody, I've met men, I've married them, I've, divorced them. I think that on balance, they were all really, really nice. But how would I trust them? 100%? No.
Well, I mean...
self-preservation,
I wouldn't trust myself 100%.
Yeah.
You know, I mean...
Well, that's it. See, I don't trust myself.
No, not to choose other people, but, I mean, good people are capable of behaving badly. I mean, I like to think of myself as a good person, but have I behaved badly in relationships? Yes, I have. I can't imagine... Well, have you never behaved badly in a relationship?
Oh, I don't know. But I want to hear your story, not mine.
But don't you think there's always a lot of pressure on people to be perfect citizens? And actually, human error appears in everybody at some level. And instead of not trusting everyone, can't we just say, OK, we're all human and we all make mistakes?
Yeah, but you're laying yourself
make
open
bad
to
choices,
aren't
but...
you?
Right, I'm going to do a bit of counselling with Anne before.
Oh, good.
There must be someone on that boat.
Yeah.
There must be.
This is a lot of pressure for everybody else on that boat.
I mean, maybe we invest too much in relationships. Maybe if we have a clearer idea of what we want out of it. I mean, we'll only be able to talk about this very briefly, but I mean, it's an interesting idea. This was a question that appeared on a forum. There's a lady in Singapore. Her daughter has told her that she's on a website for sugar daddies. Her 18-year-old daughter. So she's in it for the money. So maybe if you go into a relationship with a very clear idea of what you want, i.e. money, then you're not going to be disappointed.
That's still a lot of pressure on everybody else on that boat, isn't there? But if there is somebody really rich, then maybe what you're saying is the risk isn't so great. If I were to throw my hat into the ring of somebody who is worth a fortune, then maybe you still get hurt, but you'd get hurt with a bigger bank balance. I know you're going to say I'm so cynical.
No, I don't. I don't think you're cynical, and I completely can see why people would want to have a relationship with someone who's financially secure. I think that money gives you choices, unfortunately, in the world that we live in. But I would much rather try and encourage people and women to want to earn that money themselves so that they don't need to get it from a man. You know.
Well, I'm not going to be judgmental about the 18-year-old who's on the sugar daddy site, because at least she's getting paid for it, and far too many girls today do it for nothing. So I'm not going to be moral about... I'm not going to have a moral judgment about an 18-year-old who wants to...
I don't think anyone's having a moral
It's-
judgment, but I think, you know, you do really hope that the next generation
Yeah.
of women want to fight to be able to be the sugar daddy rather than the one who's
Well, of
dating.
course they want
I mean, I
to,
have
but
to
don't
say,
come down
I'm with
one
you on
woman.
that one, Stacey, and thankfully we've run out of time.
You.